Like, I want stories like this because what you said here today, I think is inspirational. I think it's powerful, and I'm proud of you, man. And I don't know if
Thank
you
you.
got people in your circle telling you that.
In the lawn care world, there is a dedicated group of individuals highlighting the unsung heroes, maintaining positivity and order. From memes and pro tips to giveaway trucks, they serve an important role in the green industry. These are their stories.
All right, here we are with episode 4 of Behind the Stripe. And today, this is what the podcast is about. This is what we started it for. This is the unsung heroes is what we're going for. We're after the real people of the industry. We're not after the most famous, we're not after the richest, even though they could have some money, but we are after real people, real stories, and I think we got a good one today. What do you think, Trevor?
Yeah, my wife loves this guy, so
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing some stories here.
Well, let's introduce him. This is Malik Washington from Lexington, Kentucky. How does it feel to be episode 4's star?
Episode 4, that's amazing.
That's
I've
pretty
been
good.
watching I've been watching you guys for a while, so it's an honor, honestly. I was telling my girlfriend that the other day to be so early in you all's
Yeah.
journey on the podcast. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
we have thousands of people waiting in line. So to get number 4, I appreciate that check cleared this morning. So that worked out really good.
Yeah, I
I
think I
can't do
have
too bad here.
7. I have 7 in
Now,
my
this one's gonna
inbox.
be good because no bullshit. Like me and Trevor, we barely know Malik. I don't know, Trevor said I can't keep having my friends on, and my dad said I talk too much. So it's like,
A lot
we
of
want to
criticism
have
coming your way.
real people. So I have seen Malik. I saw him like randomly just making a video with a Cenex blower, I think, and I was like, dude, that's a really high quality video. And I reached out to him. I was like, dude, I'm gonna try to have Cenex send you the 810 blower because that's the one that's actually like legit, and
Yeah,
that's the
it's a
one
great
that's a
one.
great deal. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna try to send you a blower. And then they sent him a couple things and he made even better videos. So, Malik, why don't you tell everybody who you are, what your company is, and where you are, and tell them how you got started and where you are now. I think you got a cool story.
Thank you. I am Malik Washington. I am 30 years old, born and raised in Lexington, Kentucky. I've been in lawn care since 2018.
Yeah.
Just kind of probably a similar story to many others. Just got tired of working dead end jobs, factory jobs, things like that.
What were you doing, before you went all in? Because 'Cause you're full-time lawn care now. When you were doing your part-time and starting to build it, what was your job prior to this?
When I went all in, I was a manager at a car wash.
Nice, okay.
Oh, wow.
Like a sexy car wash, or like just a standard?
It's pretty sexy.
Like a Walter White wash?
Yeah, like a Walter White wash,
Yeah,
exactly,
okay.
Nice,
All right.
all
exactly.
right,
And
all
I
right.
was miserable.
Now, let me ask you, I gotta ask you, when you were going, because in 2018, that's when you went all in, you said?
Yes, sir.
So 2018 is when we created the group, and that's when Stripe Life went, like, worldwide, So who was the first couple guys? Everybody watches a bunch of people, but you remember your first. So it's like, who was the first couple guys that you're like, damn, like this guy's pretty cool. I gotta follow this guy and I'm gonna learn from this guy. What influencers really like helped you out of the gate that you can
Back
remember?
back then, the first couple guys, definitely Johnny Blazergrass Lawn Care.
Okay. All right.
I kind of fanned out a little bit the first time I met him. Uh,
Yeah.
Keith Kalfas, and then I came across you guys a couple years ago.
Sweet. Yeah. Keith is a little special, like
For
a
sure.
lot of people don't like the codes and the books and the stuff, but I think I like Keith.
Yeah.
I think you can just watch him and listen to some of the stuff he says, and he's a guy that I think truly cares.
Yes.
He's not all about money and stuff. He does some courses and some other stuff, but Keith is a very cool guy. I think he would be a cool guy to sit around a fire pit with.
For sure.
Yeah, he
So
definitely seems real. I mean, I watched a lot of YouTube videos of his when I was starting out too, and he helped me out.
yeah,
Now
those
now tell us, Malik, so how many yards did you have on the side, and how long were you hustling on the side before finally, like, what was your all-in moment? What was, like, finally, like, "You know what? Like, fuck this car wash, man. Like, I work for myself."
That's funny that you're saying fuck this car wash because I was listening to Keith Kalfas's book in my earphones every single day at work. And that's kind of what gave me like the fuck it. And
Nice.
I had maybe 16 clients at the time.
Okay.
And
So
they
you're
were like,
making, like, what, like, 800 a week, basically?
basically. And
Okay.
I'm like, kind of adding up like what I'm making at the car wash, and it started getting closer and closer. And I'm just like, I'm miserable doing this. Like, I'm putting in 70 plus hours at this car wash, just like tired. I might as well do it for myself.
Did you
And that's
did
kind of
you
how it
have
started.
yourself, like, a nice little savings that made you feel safe?
No, honestly, I should have, but
Damn.
I did not.
Nice.
So I just kind of woke
Make
up
the
one
jump,
day
man.
and just went all in, like
And shout
literally
out
all in.
Keith, because Keith tells you a lot of different things about, like, and that's what I'm telling Trevor, like, we're going into business together this year, and I'm gonna help him try to blow up his business. And, I'm like, we gotta sell enhancements. And I know Keith, one of the things he does well is he does a lot of, like, ornamental little tree work. And just by trimming a couple little trees, you can make your whole weekly route in just a couple
Double.
little tree jobs. So that's something that Keith does well and talks about well. Did that get you into that and starting to sell enhancements and add-ons to your clients as well?
Absolutely. So I
Nice.
started off just like everybody, just cutting grass. And then that turned into trimming bushes, getting into tree work, doing gutter cleaning, just taking
Mhm.
the clients I
Does
already
does
had and
Keith
just,
do windows too?
yeah, Keith does windows too. I think he has a whole separate window business.
Now, did you get to meet Keith at the expo?
I've not met Keith yet. I've
Man,
tried to for the last 3 years, but it just hasn't happened. I've met
yeah,
just about everybody but Keith.
yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like
I've
we didn't
seen him,
see
like,
him.
walk by and, like, selfie record himself, and I'm like a guy, I don't really like to mess with people too much, you know? I remember, like, my first expo, and when I first went out there, like, in 2020, I was already, like, a Ballard brand ambassador for a while, and, like, when I saw Ballard, I was like, "Oh my god," like, I was starstruck, and it was
Yeah.
like looking at movie stars, and I saw Keith walking around and stuff. But no, that's really cool. So tell us how you first started. Like, what was your part-time hustle? What were you cutting with, and what were you getting around in?
So I was driving a Volkswagen CC, which is like the sports version of the Jetta.
Nice.
So very compact, but it had a big trunk. And so I would fold up my lawnmower in the back of the trunk. I had a Black& and Decker weed eater, which lasted like 20 minutes. So I had to keep charging it up on my customers' yard houses and things like that. And I didn't even own a blower. I had a broom. And I
A
would just
broom.
sweep the
Wow.
grass off of the
Talk
sidewalk.
about talk about
Wow.
hustle, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't have a blower, you had a broom.
A
So
broom.
you're sweeping. This is 1883. We're sweeping these driveways off.
How long did you run like that before you got yourself enough to get a blower and kind of an upgrade?
It wasn't very long, but that is how I started.
That
Wow.
that's I
Probably
don't think
like
I've ever
a
heard
couple
somebody
weeks.
using a broom to,
Yeah.
uh to start. Now, question for you. So, what did you watch or what did somebody tell you for you to be like, "All right, hey, I'm at the car wash or I'm at whatever job. I gotta start cutting." Was that Keith or somebody as well that you're like, "Hey, I gotta start cutting." What made you go out and get your first yard, or did you pick up a neighbor or something like most guys start?
So it started off, I've always kind of had a passion for lawn care. I always took care of my yard pretty good. And my neighbor across the street would always be like, "Hey, you have people coming over? Why's your yard always so nice?" And that turned into just them being my first client. And
Yeah,
from
Yeah.
there, I started putting out flyers door to door and posting my work on Facebook. And before you know it, I got clients.
that's awesome, man.
Nice.
I don't think I've ever heard a broom before, so you might have the cake. That might be the cake right there.
Yeah, it's the first
That's
I've heard it
pretty.
too.
That we just posted that video of this guy with like a snow plow and a salt spreader on the front and back of a Mercedes, and we got like 7 million
I saw
views.
that. I saw
And
that.
like that's hustle. That like, you know,
by any
I don't
means.
I don't ever knock a guy for hustling. I
Yeah.
don't care if you do construction, window cleaning, whatever, like it's all manual work, it's all respect. And like for people to hate on guys for stuff like that, I don't understand how. I look at it and I think, hey, why am I not doing that? Hell, my buddy Ryan just started a dog poop picking up business and everybody's like, oh, that's weird. I'm like, the dude's gonna make money. You know what I mean?
We have a
Exactly.
girl. We have a girl that does that. We have a girl that shows up to our yards before we get there, and she picks up all the
Yeah,
dog poop
I
if the
mean, never
people have
knock
dogs.
any
We pay her
hustle you
good.
got, you know what I mean, is better than people mooching off the government or drama like that. If you're out hustling, get the paper. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we had a
Absolutely.
guy last year. I was plowing one of our lots, and I looked across the street, and the guy literally had a 4x8 piece of plywood ratchet strapped to the front of his Jeep Cherokee, and had it touching the ground and was pushing snow with the damn thing. So, like, I mean, anyway, there's no excuses really when it comes down to it. Any way that you can make it happen, if it's got to be done, do it. You know.
Exactly.
So
I
even if
try
it's
not
a
to.
mower in the back of a Jetta.
Yeah, I try not to never let anything like that stop me from getting
Now
to it.
you've been full time since 18, right?
Well, I was part time from 18 to 2020,
Okay, so you've been full time for this is what your 6 year
six
going
years
full
full
time.
time. Uh huh.
Now, how are you solo or what do you got?
I'm sorry.
Are you solo or you got a crew or workers or what do you got cooking?
I'm currently solo. I've kind of flirted with both over the years. I had a crew of two and three a couple years ago, and then I might have a helper or two for big landscape jobs, but
Yeah,
for the most part, solo.
So
nice.
how did that feel when you finally said, "Hey, you know, I'm done washing cars. I'm gonna pursue this on my own and go for it."
That was like the first time in my adult life that I felt freedom.
Now, were you
Yeah.
married at that time or just with your girlfriend or wife?
No, I wasn't married at that time, and
Are
I've
you
been with
married
my.
right now?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Do you have a
Uh,
girlfriend right now?
yes, and we've been together for going on 4 years.
Okay, alright. So
So
when you
marriage is
did that,
probably.
you were just like a bachelor.
Yes, I
So you
was.
That
didn't
makes
have
it a
to
lot
answer
easier.
to anybody, yeah, it's like,
Yeah, that
"Hey,"
makes it a lot
it's
easier.
not like you're like, "Hey, I think we're gonna buy a cabin 2,500 miles away, you good with that?" You know, it's like you didn't have to ask anybody.
No, I just
Nice.
woke up and just made the decision.
That's
Now
awesome.
how many accounts do you have going into this year to start the year?
I have 80 going into the year.
Woo! Now, in Kentucky, you're pretty close to what I had here in Maryland, your grass and stuff, so are you majority weekly?
I am majority weekly, probably 90%.
Okay.
I've been just learning over the past couple of years that bi-weekly is just not the
Yeah.
move. But I have some
Yeah.
clients that are like day ones, and so those are the only people that I give that grace to, and keep them on what they're used to.
What do you do, like a 4-day cut week, or how do you have it broken down?
Yes, it's a 4-day work week, and leave my Fridays for like landscape jobs and odd things like that.
Nice.
Yeah, or
Nice.
a 3-day weekend, man. That's what we do.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you gotta do, Malik, is you gotta find yourself like a decently athletic 5'6" trimmer man, because if you can do that, like that's the key to success.
That's what I
Then you
got.
just get to
That's
like
what I got.
drive around on like a Ferris V3X or 3300, listen to some Creed, and you got your little trimmer guy just putting it out there, man. He's just straight killing it. You
Yeah,
I've been
these
know?
looking for
listeners
that
are going to
guy.
be cracking up when they see you out there running a weed eater after all this shit talking you've been doing.
I mean, I've got this guy on like, what are we on? 1,200 milligrams of testosterone. He is in straight trimmer shape this year.
Right,
And that was
right.
the whole deal. The contract, we split up the percentage of the company. I was like, well, wait, who's the trimmer guy? Not it. And it was like, damn,
Yeah,
this
he
is
didn't read
Oh
the
crazy,
fine
you
man,
know?
print.
that's bad.
It
Now,
is a game changer,
and
though,
you
once you
are
do add that trimmer onto your truck and you're able to do it as a two-man crew. I mean, that's a whole nother world.
so much
For
So,
sure.
quicker.
yeah.
But it's
For
But
scary
sure.
because I had a kid one season and I ended up breaking my foot. So I was like, man, like it was so hard to just walk or do anything. And I scored this kid in the beginning of the year. He's 17. And I was paying the guy like $35 an hour. And
Jeez.
I went after all these accounts. I like doubled my size and I only cut part-time. So I doubled my accounts. And when you set up your accounts, knowing you got a trimmer man or a helper, right? And
Mhm.
then your guy doesn't show up. It's like, oh, wait, like I can't do
yeah,
25, 30 yards today by myself. I can
Yep.
barely fucking walk, but It's very hard. So the hardest thing in business, and most of us always say, and I mean, you would say the same thing, if you could clone Malik Washington, you could take over Lexington, Kentucky. And
Exactly.
with me and Trevor, that was the thing. It's like, dude, we both are hustlers. We're both have the same beliefs. Everything kind of meshed. And it was like, dude, what if we came out here, And it was like, that's how it started. But imagine if you clone yourself a little bit smaller, a little bit weaker, but like relatively there, how powerful you could be.
Absolutely. That's kind of been the reason that I've had a crew and then went back to solo. I can't find that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't find somebody that's willing to be there every single day and, give everything.
Everything you see, like I watch a little bit of Ballard's podcast and everybody talks. If you find that guy, if you find that worker, that person, that partner, whatever you can get, you gotta treat them like $1,000,000 because that's the key. Don't worry about the accounts. The accounts will come and go, but it's all about the people. And Ballard preaches all the time about his employees and the people, and they have like a monster company out there. But you got to take care of people. So if you ever find a guy, and with me, I had that kid. I was paying him like most people pay 20, 25 an hour. I'm paying 30, 35. I'm giving him cujos. I'm doing everything. And I couldn't get this kid to still want to work. Now, my problem is I had a 17-year-old. So
Yeah.
if you go a 25, 30, or you have a grown man that has a wife and kids, he's going to, work a little bit more serious. But
Right.
are you still actively looking? So if you're in that Lexington area and you're a hustler, are you
I mean,
looking
Malik's
for the
basically
possibility
famous
of
at
some
this
help?
point. You're gonna want to work
You
for
know?
him for sure.
Absolutely. I am looking. I have 2 trucks now, so I'm looking to put another crew of at least 2 in another
Let's
truck
go. Yeah.
and try to, monopolize my business.
Nice. Now,
That's the
what
plan
what
to
is your business name in Lexington, Kentucky?
it is Washington Landscaping.
Washington Landscaping. All right. All right.
All
Like
right.
Denzel Washington, like you have is
I
that your,
say I say that's my
Is there
uncle
relations? Yeah. Dude's the man.
for sure.
now
So
Yeah.
is that,
is it
are you
Washington
tight in that area?
Landscaping? Is it that same on Instagram and all that too? Is that where they can find
Um,
you?
on all the socials, it's Washington Landscaping Lex
Nice.
for
Nice.
Lexington because for some reason that at wasn't available on anything. I guess companies in Washington have taken that, so I had to put
Nice.
Lex on the end of it to make it my
Now,
own.
do you have any kids?
I don't. I have 3
Damn.
cats though.
Look at this guy, bro. Like not
Yeah,
married, no kids. How does
you're
that feel?
set,
Like you can
man.
just basically like go to Vegas on a weekend and like,
Yeah, I love it. Hopefully, kids in the future for sure,
yeah.
but
And
none
you're
at the
only,
Good.
what
moment.
did you say? You're only 30?
30.
30.
Nice. So your knees are pretty decent. You got good knees.
Yeah, my hips though. Those hips, man. I don't know what's going on.
Now,
Nice.
let me ask you, we talked about Keith being a big part of helping you start Blades of Grass. Like, who's your top 5 lawn care people? And we'll just let you not say Stripe Life and make it weird.
No,
But
you're
like,
definitely in there.
who's your top 5, you know, that you follow that you think other listeners should follow? Give them a shout out.
Let's see. Blaze of Grass Lawn Care for sure.
Yeah.
Keith Kalfas. We'll put you in there.
All right. All right.
My guy Connor down in Florida.
Connor,
Yeah, is that what?
the weed whacker artist.
Yeah.
Man,
What is he
that's my,
even cutting? What is that? Is that St. Augusta or?
I guess so, yeah.
Because that when he cuts and trims, it's like the sharpest edges I've ever seen.
Flawless.
Like
Flawless.
he's got to be the best weed whacker guy you could get in the business. No offense,
Absolutely.
Trevor, because no offense.
Absolutely. I try to
I'll give him that
I
title.
talk to him a
That's
lot.
fine.
But
He
a lot
trying
of
to
it's
help-
the grass. That
help
stuff's
me-
thick
yeah.
as anything. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, Connor's a good one. What was that? Was that 4?
Ace,
Chase. All right.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our guy
King
Chase.
of the Stripes.
Yeah, Chase pretty decent. Pretty
Trying to
decent.
think of one more off the top of my head. You caught me off guard.
Now you're 45 minutes from Chase, basically.
Pretty much. 45 minutes to an hour.
See, to me,
based on-
that's like the coolest thing. Like when I drive around, in my truck in Maryland for years, 10 years, I've been doing part-time. So I go out 2 days a week, and you're fake lawn care, you're part-time, you're whatever. But when you see guys out there and you meet people, it's like the coolest part of the job. You know, you wave to them, you meet them at the gas station. That's how I met most of my people around here. We kick work to all these different guys, but that's the coolest thing. So for you, a lot of people are obsessed with Chase. Chase is one of the biggest and best guys in this whole industry.
Absolutely.
So to be able to just drive around and it's like, oh yeah, hey, casually, like there's that lawn dude. You know, that's pretty
For
cool.
sure. That's awesome. Yeah, I met Chase for the first time at this past expo, but we have been
Super
talking about
down the
meeting
earth
for
guy.
a long
Chase is
time.
awesome. You know.
Super down to earth. He came and grabbed me. He's awesome.
Now,
That's
what'd you
cool.
think of the expo? For somebody that's never been to the expo and they're on the fence, "Oh, I got work or I got this." What would you tell them? Would you tell them that it's worth it and it's as cool as people say it is?
If you were in lawn care and you're not going to the expo, you are doing everything wrong.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing like it. Every time I go there, I just come back to Lexington just super motivated, like ready to run through a brick wall and get get it going. Like it's so inspiring. It
Well,
really
that's
is.
what I told Trevor. I was like, "Dude, this guy Malik is one of those guys that's just like contagiously positive. Like if you watch his videos, if you
I
meet him
kind of
in real
do.
life, if you talk to him, you just have this like glass half full kind of mentality. And you know, I tell Trevor like, you know, went out there and we hung out and I bought a damn house out there and it's like I'm a super positive guy online. I'm an actor, okay? Where Trevor is a real positive guy in real life. So it's like you got to get those two and blend them together.
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
got the sour and the sweet,
Yeah.
definitely.
But that's just one of those things that I liked about you, and that's why we wanted to have you on here because, you know, literally working with a broom is wild, man, and that's awesome. And
Yeah,
what do
respect
you
for
have right
sure.
now? So you went from a broom. What is your blower that you use right now?
Right now, I'm pretty much all Cynics. So
Okay.
I'm partnered with
Nice.
Cynics, and I had all of their Force Cycle stuff
Did
before
you get
you.
the backpack yet?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I got
Yeah, I
that.
haven't got
Now,
that
what do
one.
you like that 810 to me, because you know, Trevor's new to Cinex, so I use the 810 for a lot of accounts when it's dry.
Hmm.
When it's wet or on bigger accounts, I go right to my 9010. Now we'll have the Cinex backpack this year, but what do you like? You have both. So are you finding yourself jumping to that backpack or are you still using that handheld 810?
I like the back. No, sorry. I like the 810 because
It's so small and
it's just right
powerful.
there. You just grab it, do what you got to
Yeah.
do, put
I
it
use
up.
it every day for something or another. I find myself picking it up and using it.
That's the thing,
So,
like with the backpack, it's like if I'm gonna put something on my back, I almost want to put the 9010 on, but that 810, anybody that I hand that 810 Cinex to, they're like, "Holy, like this thing is like," and then
Exactly.
you tell them it's like $175 or something. They're like, "What?" Like that
Yep.
doesn't even make sense, you know?
right. Yeah.
Perfect, man. I do all of my gutter cleaning with it too.
And what's
So,
your mower? Your mower's yellow, right?
yep, I run a Hustler 52-inch wrap.
Nice.
Nice.
Now, how long have you been running that same Raptor?
I've had this will be my third season, and
That's
I
a
love it.
good, how many hours you got on her?
That I don't know. It's an older mower, and I don't
Okay.
even think I don't even think the hour meter is
So is
on
that
it.
your only mower is 152?
I have a 52, and then I have a 34
Okay.
that I
What's
do
the
for patio.
34? The
That's a
surfer?
Murray.
Okay.
I want to get the what is it? The
Now, if somebody said today, "Hey, what's your dream mower?" Like if money was no option, what mower would you put in your garage right now? What would you get?
it would probably be a Ferris stand on.
Nice. Like in
Z3X,
what
man.
size?
Ferris or Exmark.
Can
I'm
we
sorry.
beep out the X mark, Trevor? Can you get rid of that? Like you can.
Yes. Hold on.
For
I
sure, a
can.
Ferris though.
But
I
your goal is what? Your next mower would probably be like you talking like a full size, like a 52 or a 60.
52 or above
Okay.
because once you run something that big, you can't really
Now,
go
were
back.
you able to demo any of the Ferrises or the X Marks or whatever else you were looking at the expo?
Yes, last year I didn't get on anything this year because I had to run back to Lexington, but last year I wrote everything and I loved it.
That's what I tell people. Like when you get on, obviously, you know, Wright and X Mark and Skag, people talk about like they're all the stand-ons have similar features. You know, some of the platforms are higher, some of them have better suspension. But when you get onto the Z3 line of Ferris, it gives you a pivoting front axle. That pivoting
Makes all
front
the
axle
difference.
acts as front suspension. Their
Mhm.
platform is one of the best in the game as well. So when you basically have a full suspension stand on, and it's like nothing else. Now I could be biased. I'm Ferris's number one brand ambassador, but I'm not paid to say how great it is. It's just actually that nice. So, do you have a Ferris dealer even near you?
I believe so.
Nice.
I believe so.
Well, hopefully you jump into that Ferris and join the factory team one day would be pretty cool.
Man, that's what I hope for. I
I
kind of
basically
like
I got Trevor in just because he's like my partner now, so we kind of snuck him in the door. You know,
Slid in the screen
slide
door
me up
there.
under that with him.
but I will say, when me and Trevor talked before, he was like, "Hey, like when I became Ferris and was their brand ambassador and started showing off stuff, he messaged me and was like, dude, like I need to get some new mowers, some fresh mowers. Are these things legit?" And I was like, hey, no bullshit, dude. I could go out there and be a rep for any mower. I've been hustling this for so long.
Yeah,
We made 10,000
you
videos.
did.
I could be a rep for any brand, right? I chose Ferris because they are the best. And he went out and bought a 3300, a Z3, a Z1. I mean, he spent 40 plus grand based on my word. And that's why being a brand ambassador is so important. You can't just take, oh, somebody might, like for me, I had two different companies gave me a brand new electric mower and I gave them back. I was like, this thing doesn't cut good. Have you even tried it? Because I don't know how you want me to make a video,
Yeah.
but I was like, my word and the respect of my followers is worth more than a $40,000 mower that I could sell on Craigslist in a couple videos. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I got to give it back. But if you
Mhm.
watch, imagine somebody like Trevor or like you that follows me. Oh man, Ken, this Cenex blower. Oh, I got to get this. And you're out there hustling and you put that money, your hard-earned money on that product and you try it and you're like, this is a piece of shit. F that guy Ken. So that's why it's so important. So, Trevor went out and he went all in on Ferris. And
Yeah,
that's what makes this transition with us so much easier because he's already got a garage of all of our stuff.
Right.
So
I wanted
but
to say
easy
that
transition.
was me and your first conversation. I was running the Cynics 4 cycle stuff, and you were like, "Hey, man, like the X6 is the real deal."
yeah,
So,
and we can cut that off too, right? Like we can, no. No, I mean that's the thing. The crazy thing about Cenex is they're everything from Cenex is technically not considered professional grade. It's
Mhm.
like a prosumer line. So the gas stuff is definitely homeowner. So that's why I was like, hey, I see you working with. I don't see anybody working and making content with the Cenex gas stuff was wild.
Yeah,
And then I was like, well, if you like that, I'm gonna have Sophia send you the 810, and that thing's gonna blow your mind.
and it did.
And that's the
Same,
difference.
yeah.
But with Cenex, like their power, if you look at their handheld or their backpack battery blower, they're so much cheaper than big name competitors, and their power and specs and price is unmatched. But even with all that, they're still technically not considered a pro grade. They have pro specs, but that's the thing. Like you'll get people, and as you show off, as we put you on the show, you'll probably 10x your following. You know,
Hope
but
so.
I'm
I
still
hope
waiting for that to happen to me,
and
man.
that's what I told Trevor. I was like, look, now that you're Stripe Life Montana and you wear that Stripe Life brand, people are going to be sliding in your DMs and they're going to want to give you all sorts of stuff. And it doesn't matter. They could be like, hey, Malik, here's 10 grand. I need you to tell everybody that this blower is the best blower in the world. Hopefully, you have respect for yourself and your family name and your company name, and you don't just take it. There's a lot of guys you see out there and you can tell they're getting sponsored stuff and they're telling you how great it is and they don't even use the stuff. You know what I mean? So your name and your word is worth more than any amount of money, in my opinion. And that's why being a brand ambassador is a serious thing. You got to really just put your name on good stuff.
I appreciate
Definitely.
that advice for sure.
Yeah, and that Senex stuff you have is nice. I hope you get into Ferris. Now, do you think with 80 accounts, you got to be rolling in some serious dough, especially if you're your own accountant? You got to be doing pretty good. Do you think this year you're going to add a stand on?
For sure. That's kind of my goal for the year because
Yeah,
I've just been. You see how I started out of the trunk of my car,
that's crazy.
push mower. I've always been in the like buy used stuff mindset, but like I
Mhm.
want to start
See,
buying.
I'm a new guy. Trevor's like
Yeah,
a mechanic. I'm not. I'm a new guy. I like that blanket of a warranty that makes me feel good at night, you know? Now, can you work on stuff? Like, I mean, I'll do oil changes and basic stuff, but like, I don't, I don't get into crazy stuff.
if I've had my Hustler for 3 years now, so I know it like the back of my hand. I could fix anything on it, but I
Nice.
wouldn't call myself a mechanic now.
Yeah.
But
But that's
yeah,
good. Being able to fix everything on your mower. If you're out in the field and something happens, the
uh
peace
huh,
of mind of knowing I can fix anything out there is nice. Like that's why I do all of my own maintenance and stuff like that is for that reason exactly, just to know that mower from the inside out and be able to work on anything.
absolutely.
Now, what are you running for a truck these days?
I have a F-150,
Nice.
and I have an
Preferred.
older Ram as well.
Nice. Now, what's your trailer? Are you open or enclosed?
It's an open landscape trailer, 6x12.
Okay. Nice. We're actually going, so this is my first year. I've been doing it since 15, 18 online. My first year that we're running an open trailer. I mean, an enclosed trailer. We just got
Closed.
a
Yeah.
badass enclosed trailer. It's going to
So I
be
can't wait to
like
see it.
bright blue. The logos are going to be on it. We've got badass
It's gonna
racks from
pop.
Gridiron. It's going to be first year with a enclosed trailer. So that's going to be a new one for me, you know. Um, so
It'd
that's
be
going to be
nice
pretty
Hopefully,
because
the same for
it
me
could
as well.
snow, rain, sleet, hail
Yeah,
any
I
time
don't
of the
leave
year
my
here.
mowers out, and you probably don't either like normal people, but I would never leave my mower out overnight. I don't know how some people do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I've
did it
given
for
them
a
the full
while, and
test.
it's not good on them. I
Yeah.
did it for a little while, but
And I'll tell you,
I'm
the
supposed to get
Ferris hold
meeting it
up.
this year too.
That's what I'm trying to tell. I was like, hey, the good thing about our partnership as well is like I can pump some equipment in. I've got some deals and stuff with people, so it's hard to get $20,000 mowers, $15,000 mowers. So I'm like, hey, I can bring some equipment in, and I was like, they're not going outside. They do not stay outside.
I get so
So
tired. I roll my trailer into the house and I just
well,
park
that's
it. I
what's
mean,
nice
we
about
don't
having
worry about anything
enclosed.
here.
Now we have that
We
enclosed, so now it's like, hey, because that's what I had this deal that I was gonna do this year anyway, even if I didn't move across the world. But I was like, I was gonna build a big shop, and I was like, it's cheaper just to get an enclosed trailer, and now I don't have to keep taking everything in and out. So that was kind of the goal that finally pushed me. You see a lot of people switching to the enclosed this year, but do you think you see one of those in your future as well, or are you gonna stay open?
Absolutely. So stand on and enclosed. Those are pretty much my financial goals to get those this year for
Nice.
sure.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the dream team is that Z3X60, and then you get yourself one of those new 32s or even the 36 that they have too. And that combo is a money printing machine. I
Okay.
mean, you basically eliminate any push yards. You can fit into anything, and then when you come to those big lots, those big yards, you've got that 60-inch that just blazes through them. So I mean, that I ran that combo solo for a long time, and man, it catapulted my company worlds ahead.
What's your bread and butter out there, Malik? Are you doing mostly neighborhoods, half acres, or what seems to be your niche that you're cutting the most?
Yeah, neighborhoods, half acre. I have a couple that are up to an acre, but the residential that's
Yeah, definitely.
What's your best form? Everybody always asks the number one question is how do you get customers? How do you get customers? For you, what has been the best way? And not word of mouth, which everybody will say, what's been like the actual real marketing way that you've actually seen a return on?
I would say honestly just taking over neighborhoods, like getting one client here and then doing good work, and they honestly word of mouth. They kind
Yeah.
of like
You
Or that
can't
neighbor
say that.
sees
That's
you
the one
mowing
you
from across the street. We get
now,
that all the time.
if
They
you
come across and get you.
you break into a nice neighborhood, right, and you get a nice account and say it's a court and you got like 8 houses, do
mhm.
you utilize any kind of like door hanger or anything when you break in there, or you just hope that they word of mouth you?
Yeah, I do. I'm not the best at it. I forget, and I have ADHD. But usually, when I get a new client, I'll try to put door hangers on at least the 10 to the side of them, and hope that that
Nice.
spreads.
Now, if you
Mhm.
look at Trevor's hat, there's an unsolicited sponsorship there of Lawn Buddy, which is the best CRM in the game. Now, with 80 accounts, that's pro level, pretty serious stuff. So, are you doing old school pencil and paper, or are you using some type of a CRM?
I just use Square,
Square, okay.
and so my route is pretty much pencil and paper, but I use Square to charge and invoice my
Now, what
client.
if we told you that Lawn Buddy has a completely free version? There's no credit card, there's no nothing. So you could download Lawn Buddy and run their free version, and you could get route optimization and you could do all this stuff. And if you don't want to pay for the pro, if you don't want to do any, like, you don't have to, but you could try that out for free and you might become, a Lawn Buddy fan like we are.
Okay,
Yeah.
I definitely,
And that's the best thing because you hear a lot of, "Oh, Yardbook's free." Well, Yardbook's free, and Yardbook has a pro version and a paid version, the same as Lawn Buddy, but the difference with Lawn Buddy is Lawn Buddy is made specifically for lawn and landscape, where Job or places like that are general. You could be a painter, you could be a car detailer. Well, Lawn Buddy's made for us, you know what I mean? But I
Yeah,
would
I would
definitely,
I would
recommend that.
yeah, get on there and just check out what they've got because I mean, we didn't use any CRMs or anything like that. We were pencil and paper. I mean, we've got our QuickBooks and stuff like that up until right after the expo, and Steven stepped in and helped us out. And it has been, I mean, I don't know if my wife's ever been happier when it comes to the evenings and stuff. I
Well,
mean,
that's the best thing is that they have a free version, they have a pro version. There's a lot of different features and you can get in there for free. Some guys that are smaller might stay in the free version, but the pro versions are still priced a lot cheaper than Jobber and everybody else. But it's definitely one of those things that can't hurt you to try out. And at your level that you're at, you're talking about some serious time saving stuff. When you're done, you're done. You don't have to go back into the office.
yeah, and you can
for sure.
slowly step up too, right? I mean, there's multiple different levels that you can buy
Yeah, and
into
the levels
as
are
you
cheap.
need
You
it.
could get a 15, a 35, like, or you just stay free, like, that other people might do. So it's one of those things that can't hurt you to get the app and start playing with it. You know what I mean?
Okay, y'all definitely check that out, especially for the route density.
And again,
I,
that is an unsolicited sponsorship by the hat.
Well, and
Of
I'll
Lombardi.
tell you, Malik, too. The other thing that I thought was really cool about it too was once you get rolling and you do get that crew that you're looking forward to, you get apps with Lawn Buddy where you can have your employees download those apps, and now you set them loose, and they're able to go and start and stop jobs and have them logged without you even having to touch a pen or paper or your app itself. I mean, they can clock in, clock out, and it takes care of everything for you. So, I mean, it takes the headache out of being a business operator for sure.
okay, yeah,
Now, Malik, what are you doing? Do you bill every time you cut or do you bill once a month?
I am pretty much every time cut, yeah,
You don't say.
which
Yeah, I wish
is a
we could
lot of
get that
work.
here more.
Get that cash flow going. Get
Ken's
that
trying to
cash
push me
flow.
on that, and it's like some of those customers, our target demographic. I mean, we're one of the oldest demographics in the oldest county in all of Montana. So I mean, I'm dealing with a lot of elderly folks and stuff like that, and I mean, most of our money coming back is in check form.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's at the end of the month after the government check or whatever's come in, they're sending it to me. It's very
See, we're trying to
hard
figure out
for us to get
we've
that
obviously
right
got
away.
a higher payroll now because, he took on me and, I'm 250,000 a year. So we're trying to
Bankrupt.
figure out how to pay this payroll. And I'm like, you need to start charging every cut. Like everybody, like you see Blake from BB Lawn Care, you see Brian's Lawn Maintenance.
We're
All
trying.
these guys, once they start getting to like, all right, hey, this isn't a hobby anymore. This is a business. You need cash flow, right?
Yeah,
So instead of like starving yourself in the business, and I get it. Hey, I've still got a lot of my customers in Maryland I'm leaving. And to try to tell these people you've been cutting for 10 years, hey, actually, I need to get paid every week now.
Give
They're
it to me
gonna be
now.
like, yeah, fly a kite, buddy. Like
Yeah.
take off. So we're trying to like with the new clients, I'm trying to get Trevor on board to like, hey, let's pitch it. If they fight it, then we'll let them run our business. That's how it is. But we're trying to get to that point because then it
And we
helps with
have, and
cash
we've
flow.
we did bring some people on board. There are some people that are willing to do it that actually they found it a lot easier. But there's still a lot of pushback, so we'll see what happens.
Now,
So
Malik, tell people right now if because I make a lot. Like I'm like our platform, the Stripe Life family. We've got Canada, and Brandon does really good with the drones and the first person trimming videos that everybody loves,
Mhm.
like Connor and stuff. And
Yep.
I do like a mix. I will have a meme that will get 5 million views, and I'll do a motivational selfie video, which is a lot of my stuff, or I'll just whine and complain about hurting. But what do you think is the best piece of advice you could give somebody? If somebody watches this and somehow comes across this world famous podcast and they're like, "Damn, I got a broom. I could sweep some freaking grass off of a yard." Yeah, if Malik can do it, I can do it. What is a piece of advice you would give that guy that is on the fence to start a part-time side hustle? What would you tell him? What do you think you could tell him advice-wise and some little motivational mini speech that would get that guy out there with a broom like you did?
I would tell him, if you care about financial freedom, just freedom of your, like, just your time, being able to spend time with family, take vacation when you want, make as much money as you want, not be, limited to what a job wants to pay you, to just go for it, be yourself, put yourself into your business. It has to be all you. Like, don't fake like you're something else. Like, just be you and work hard, the same hours and sweat, blood, and tears that you put into these 9 to 5s. Take it and put it into your own thing, and you can't lose.
Nice.
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
build your dream. Don't build somebody else's dream. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Or
Exactly.
worst case, if you have to, build a dream together with somebody half your size.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I get together with some of my buddies. I've got a few small group of buddies that are all business owners and stuff. And it's funny, we talk all the time about how it's ruined us. We'll never be able to work for somebody again. Like once you start working for yourself and you take control, take the reins, it's done. You can never picture yourself going and working a 9 to 5 for anybody else.
Absolutely.
Now,
It's
you
just
guys don't
another
really
way.
get any, hardly any snow out there, do you? I know Chase is getting in with errands now and got that badass mammoth, but it's
Yeah, I
like
just
kind of
watched
like
that.
Maryland. Like, do you just kind of get something every once in a while,
I
but
heard
not
there's
enough to
something
really?
coming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
every once in a while. We
they're
actually
supposed to
have
get like
like
20 inches or something.
14 to 20 inches coming
But
between
that's like
Saturday and Sunday.
super. It's hard to like business that, like actually plan.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, is
That's the
pretty
Yeah.
tough.
reason why I haven't invested in big plows for my trucks or anything like that, because it may it may snow for 3 weeks straight, or it might not snow the entire winter
So
here.
do
It's
you
just
get some
weird.
kinda, like, off season, do you still kinda pitch cleanups and random stuff, or you just kinda shut down and take it easy in the off season couple months?
No, I honestly can't sit still.
Yeah,
So I'm always trying to do something, whether that's just like off season cleanups, tree work, pressure washing, gutter cleaning. And then when it
Nice.
does snow, I'm out there too. So I'll be out there all this weekend with my snow blowers, my Scenic
nice.
snowblower, and
Nice.
getting to it.
Yeah, I just took my dad's, because like, we have, like, the whole house packed up. We're moving, in, like, a couple weeks. I'm taking that 2,500-mile trip, but, we just closed on the cabin, like, yesterday, which is pretty crazy. So
Congratulations.
Trevor has my keys, and he's
Yeah, I
been in
think
my
they're
house
in my
more than I
pocket right
have.
now.
Okay. I think I was in the house I bought for 10 minutes. He's been there, like, 3 different days, like, he's got the keys to it. It's so crazy. Like, we signed from Maryland and they hand the keys to Trevor. So it's like it's pretty nuts, but it's just one of those things that's just crazy. You know what I mean? And we're supposed to get this big snow. So I told my dad, I was like, look, I'm off the next like 3 days. My neighborhood that I live in, everybody has like big houses and big driveways, and plowing is like they'll charge you $100 your driveway. So I told my dad, I said, look, my buddy lives right by you. He'll come take care of your driveway and your two neighbors that you do, and let me get that 550. So I took his Polaris 550 with a plow. So I'm going to go around my neighborhood, and I always have like a 50, I'd say 55% positive rate when I'm in a neighborhood and I live in a neighborhood. 55% of the people think I'm the coolest guy they've ever met and we're best friends, and 45% are contacting the cartel on a way to kill me because it's either all in or all out. You either love me or hate me. And so I'm
I've
gonna
been
go
in his
around.
neighborhood. I can vouch
I'm
for
gonna
that.
I'm gonna hit I'm gonna hit a bunch of the neighbors that I like and do it real cheap, and I'm gonna plow the shit into the other people that I don't like. I'm just gonna keep, hitting that
Oh,
hitting that
you're that guy.
It's one of
Yeah.
those things that it's actually, like, enjoyable, you know? And you're talking, like, some of these driveways, man, they're downhill and they're almost flat even, so it's like, in 2 passes of a four-wheeler that takes me, like, 45 seconds, I could save you hours of shoveling.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I'm off, so I'm like, "I got nothing going on," and if this actually is what they say it is, I could go around and just have fun, and, maybe I charge some people, you know, but majority of the people, I'm just gonna go around and do it for free, you know,
That's
and I'm
awesome.
not gonna film it. I'm just gonna actually do free stuff and not try to film it for credit.
When you get into it, like with our heavy nights, we had a snowfall last year in February that was like 2, almost 3 feet in a matter of 3 days. And we were out all night long because you want to get stuff done before everything opens up. But there's something
Mhm.
peaceful about being out in your
Yeah.
truck at 2, 1 midnight, and nobody else is out and about and you're running
Did you
snow
hear him
and it's
Malik,
quiet. It's fun.
did you hear him getting cut off right there?
Yeah, I did.
You know what that is? Just for our viewers. This guy chose the peasant package from Starlink, okay? I said, like, now that I just ordered Starlink for my log cabin as well, because we're in the middle of nowhere. Trevor's even more in the middle of nowhere. But that was the peasant package kicking in. So to our followers, I'm sorry about that. We're gonna try to do a GoFundMe so he can
Nobody's gonna
upgrade.
hear it. Nobody's gonna hear it because it records locally. This is Riverside. It
We're
fixes all that stuff for you.
we're gonna try to get him into the $43 a month package so we can get the
When I
cast a little.
when I stop hiring guys that cost a fortune to pay
Hey, I
for,
mean, hey, we've got makeup, we've got studio. There's a lot of things we need to make this work, you know.
We'll
That
get
two
there.
hundred 50,000 is well worth it, right?
But
Yeah,
hey,
yes.
I mean, 250,000 in Montana is only like 1 million, you know, in a normal place. But what's crazy out there? What is it? The median one. I bought a home, and Trevor lives in this county. I think it's the poorest county. Didn't you say in Montana? I think it's like
Shoot, I don't know.
53,000. I think it's like
But it's
53 or 55,000
it's like average
is the
house income.
average family dual income, which is wild. You know what I
Wow.
mean?
That's
And
right.
everything's more expensive here.
Yeah, and
Man,
that's what Trevor was like, "If you come out here, you know, you're rich because, you know, my wife works, you hustle, you use social media, like, all you gotta do is find a cabin, the hardest part. Then you got no sales tax, you can drive UTVs on the street, you can be the livestock commissioner. I mean, it's endless opportunities, you know what I mean?
it's awesome. It's beautiful out there
Get
too. I've
eaten
been
by a
watching
bear.
your videos and stuff, man. It's beautiful.
Thanks.
Trevor's house, like, perches on a hill, and you look out front, and it's the most amazing snow-capped mountain range you've ever seen in your life, and you look out back, and it's like Yellowstone. There's, like, cow pastures and another mountain range. He's got the wildest property I've ever seen somebody physically have and own. I don't understand how it's legal to
Yeah, I
have
feel
that
like
kind of.
Ken's never leaving my place when he gets here.
It's insane,
I'm
you
gonna
know? My
kick him
wife's
out.
gonna be like, "Where are you at?" I'm like, "I'm at Trevor's, leave me alone," you know what I mean?
Do you all snowboard or ski or anything like that?
I don't. Yeah, he's like, you know, my son does, and that's the big thing. My son just turned 18, and that's kind of what's held me up to make a move like this forever because I have 2 baby mamas, you know what I mean? And that's part of the issues that come with blonde hair and blue eyes. And, you know, it is what it is. But now that he's 18, I was like, look, you know, we're going out. I took him on a trip and I was like, you can go anywhere you want. And I was hoping he wanted to go to Puerto Rico or something, and he picked Trevor's. I feel like he was talking him into it. But he's like, "Hey, we can shoot guns, we can, you know, go hiking and four-wheeling and whatever." So that's where we went. And I told him, I said, "Look, I've been talking to Trevor about, you know, joining forces and becoming partners and taking his business to the next level, and it'll help our social media." And I said, "If you're on board, I'll move out here. I'll buy a house and I'll do it." And my son agreed to it. So then next
He
thing you
was
know,
meant to be out here.
we looked at a couple places and you know, they went hiking every damn day, which was miserable.
He did. He left in the morning without us and went way up the mountains on his own a couple times.
That's like his dream country is to be out there, like the trails, the hiking, the lakes, the you name it. It's just a different life, man. It doesn't
Yeah,
feel real out there. It's
that's
crazy.
awesome, man.
What do
You know?
you
I've been
guys? Yeah, what do you do, Malik? Like in your off time and stuff. Like, what are you doing when you're not on a mower?
I like to be outdoors too. I like to hike, kayak, play basketball,
Sounds
swim.
like you could be truck number 3 in Montana, Malik. That's what it
Hey,
sounds like.
I love mountains, man.
Now,
I
question,
love mountains.
did you ever watch
Load it
the
up. Let's
series
go.
Yellowstone?
What is it?
Did you ever watch the Yellowstone series?
I didn't, but I'm familiar
Damn.
with it though.
Damn. All right,
Yeah.
cut this off, Trevor. Just cut it now. But I'll tell you, if you watch that
I'm not gonna get mad at
Yellowstone
you for it.
series, it will change you a little bit. You'll be like, damn, this is where these jokers live. Like you'll understand, it gets a little crazy. It's a little different.
Yeah, I think that's what kind of pushed Ken over the edge. Is he's calling me and he's like, "I'm on season 3 of Yellowstone, and I'm going to buy a cowboy hat tomorrow, and I will be to your house
I was
the
like,
next day."
can I wear a cowboy hat in the airport, or is that going to be weird? He's like, nobody wears cowboy hats except cowboys. But definitely different. Malik, I think your story's wild, man. And there's a lot of people that are just like you. And for people that are listening, most of the guys might already be at a part-time or full-time level, but somebody out there might not. And it's nice to look at people and like you and me and Trevor, and everybody likes to think, man, I can't do that. And the fact of the matter is, in life, is the hardest part of life is showing up. And if you just show up, everything else is going to fall into place.
Exactly.
So and you prove right there, hey, you put that mower in the back of your car, you had a damn broom, and the thing that you did was you kept showing up, and now you've got an F-150, and you got a trailer, and you've got real deal stuff and 80 clients, and you're probably making more money than 75% of your friends
And you're gonna
that are
get
in your age
that
group.
stand on. You're gonna get that enclosed. You're gonna get all that stuff too.
And
Yes, sir.
you're building your own dream, you're building your own company, and that's the thing, like, some people, because I did pawn and lawn, I a pawnbroker, and I did lawn care, and I did whatever I could do to take my family to the next level,
Mhm.
and a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're just a piece of shit pawnbroker, you just do shitty lawn care," and it's like, the same people that say that, my house is worth twice as much, my truck's
Exactly.
worth twice as much, and it's not about the money, but it's like, you say this and you call me this, meanwhile, I'm killing you in every aspect of life, and I'm doing it as humble as possible. I don't bash anybody no matter what they do, but it's like, for some reason, lawn care people, you'll see it in comments and stuff. Oh, you're doing a job a high school kid could do. Okay, well, great. Do it, and do it 80 yards a week. You know what I
And
mean?
see what happens to your bank account.
I'm
Exactly.
literally printing money, so you can be whatever you want, but your story of that's the way most people start. They start in the back of a truck. I think Brian's lawn maintenance started in the back of a car or something. Very, very similar thing. And again, shout out Keith Kelfis, because it sounds like Keith made a big play in where you are. And that's the coolest thing, because I'll send Trevor messages and I'll be like, dude, check this out. Like, you'll get a day where you post a video and somebody will be like, damn, bro, you big back, biggie back, whatever, or you're this, you're that, and then you get so pissed off first thing in the morning reading a comment from somebody that doesn't mean shit, and then you're about, oh, that's it, I'm gonna quit this social media, and then the very next thing's like, Ken, you changed my life, bro. Like, look at where I'm at now, look at where I was, and hearing you say that about Keith, a fellow content creator, lawn care guy, like, that's cool, and,
Yeah, hopefully he's watching this.
I mean, that's one of those things that makes you feel like, this podcast or the little giveaways we do and the stuff is worth it, because it sounds like Keith and a couple other people as well got you to believe in yourself and to show up, and watching where you are now is awesome. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
That's it. That's cool.
it's amazing to see what this community can do for people. And the expo shows it. Just getting to meet everybody
I
in
love the
person.
expo, man.
It's
And what
nothing.
I tell people, if you go to the expo, right? Like, all right, you got crazy guys giving away trucks and dirt bikes and cars and mowers and tons of keychains and all this stuff, but it's not even about the stuff you could win. It's the atmosphere, the air is the most contagious, positive air you've ever seen in your life and breathed in your entire life. And it's like you're just walking around floating. You see all these people that you follow online, and like you said, it's like you're starstruck. It's like,
Yeah.
holy crap, that's
And
so
everybody is one of you too. I mean, every other no name, no face is one of you as well. So
Right.
Yeah.
it's cool. So was this your first one this year? You said?
No, this was my third year.
Oh, third year. This was my first one this year. Ken's been trying to get me to go for years, and
Oh,
I've
man.
blown him off.
Well, see,
and
this guy
finally
got
jumped
lucky.
in.
This guy, his first year, I get him. He's my right hand man. We gave away the 5.0
I wouldn't say
Ranger.
lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
It was work
I mean,
and a nightmare.
he's basically like in the craziest giveaway at the expo, elbow to elbow, trying to steal all my ticket thunder from people, and
Trying.
it was pretty crazy. I mean, so for his first year to like witness the whole show getting taken over by our truck giveaway, and
Yeah.
that was pretty nuts, you know. So
Did
Yeah,
you
that-
make
he
it
had a
over
pretty
to
crazy
us
one.
over there
Yeah,
at
I was there.
Senex?
I was
Okay.
there.
We saw 3,000 people, man. I was hardly remember anybody that went by.
Yeah, we met briefly, but it was just
Okay.
a ticket exchange, I believe.
Yeah,
it was
I lost
the
my
expo is
voice by day
definitely
2.
definitely something you got to get out there, but make sure you follow Malik online and
Yeah,
just,
what
you
are
know,
all your
and
socials and stuff?
Washington Landscaping Lex on everything.
nice.
TikTok, YouTube, Facebook,
Now, what's your
Instagram.
goal? Would you rather have a crazy big business, or would you rather be the world's most famous lawn care guy?
That's kind of the lane I'm kind of going into now is to
Nice.
build up the social media.
Now, I'll
And
tell you, be careful. I always tell people, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. And social media, man, so many people be like, oh, you got a mower for free or you got a blower for free. And it's like, okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, go ahead and make 10,000 videos, get harassed by people online, men and women. I mean, mostly women, honestly, are just like in my DMs. And I'm like, look, I'm a family man. You know, yes, do I bench 225 in reps of 10? Yes. Okay, but that's God given, you know what I mean? But it can definitely play games, you know, and if you're trying to get into that, and I think you make great videos, the
I
bigger
do,
you
yeah.
get, the crazier it gets, man. And the hardest thing is I'm not a lot of people tell you, hey, post and ghost. I can't. I'm reading every comment. You know what I mean?
I'm the same way.
And
Yeah.
I don't do
that's
it.
the
It's so
thing.
hard.
I used to wonder, like, you know, I used to follow The Rock and watch everything he made and bought every shirt he sold. And you would hear this guy who's got more money than God and who's built like a freaking God. And it's like, how, wait, The Rock's depressed? Like, how this guy's got all the money, all the women, all the
Yeah.
everything. Like, how is he depressed? And it's because you read your damn comments. And it's people that you would never sit down at your dinner table with. You're letting them ruin your day and you're letting them ruin your mentality. So if this is a dream of yours, Malik, I would tell you, man, just stay positive, block and go. Like for me, and that's why I
Keep
told
doing what
Trevor,
you're
hey,
doing, man.
if you
Thank
get a
you.
jerk, just block him and move on. We have so many people block because I'll let you ruin my day or my mood once. I'm not doing it twice. You
Yeah.
know,
I used to clap back to some comments,
dude, it
but
like boils your skin. You
it's
know,
not good for you though. So now if I do respond to the hate, I'll just like overly be nice and just like
Yeah.
make you feel like a piece of shit pretty
I
much.
I think you make
Kill him
great
with
stuff,
kindness,
man.
Malik.
And I would tell you, hey, get into that. Cenex is great stuff. It's definitely going to be on our trailer, and I think it's the best priced battery stuff in the game.
For sure.
But if I was going to give you my pro recommendations, I've been doing this a long time. An Echo 2620T and a 9010 blower will change your life. You can blow grass from 50 feet away. You can, you know, trim through the thickest, heaviest stuff. Trevor's a little bit of steel, so we're going to convert him over pretty easily this year. We might
got
be
all
running
Echo, though,
some,
too.
might be running some Mariama stuff as well, but I'm always like, hey, what's the best piece of equipment that's going to make this job the
Mhm.
easiest possible for me? What's going to
Yes.
save me
Yep.
time? What's going to save
That's
my
what it's all
body?
about right there.
And that's where the Ferrises come in big time
Yeah.
with, you know, on your body. You don't feel like you just ran a marathon all day.
Save time or save energy. Those are the
Yep.
2
You
factors.
can get
Right.
back up.
I will say this: the 2620 is the best trimmer I've ever used in my 8 years of lawn care.
Have you ever heard of a Edged Pro by any chance? One of our
What is it?
guys in the company.
Here we go again.
One of our guys runs an Edged Pro. Now, some people will call it a
I've
training
seen
wheel.
that. I've seen
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I tried it. And I mean, I'm not
You
gonna
didn't give it
say
enough
it was the
time. You didn't give it enough
worst
time.
in the world. Like edging, sure, but man, everything else it just got in the way. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, the guy in
We
our
just lost
company
that
that runs
sponsor.
it. Yeah.
You can delete
Well,
that.
Well, Malik, I will tell you this, buddy. I appreciate you being on here. And again, this is what the show is. That we want regular people like me and you. The problem is some of these content guys, they feel like they gotta go after the most famous. Hey, if you don't have 100,000 followers, why are you in my DMs? And to me, like I want stories like this because what you said here today, I think is inspirational. I think it's powerful, and I'm proud of you, man. And I don't know if you got people in your circle telling you that you get the problem with the world is everybody wants to see you do good. They don't want to see you do better. And when you start doing better, they start falling off. And now they're not supporting you anymore. Now they're hating on you. Now they're jealous of you. So I'm here to tell you, I'm proud of what you've done. I think what you've done is crazy. And like I said in the beginning, I don't even know you. We've barely ever talked, but I just can feel that positive energy in your videos. And that's why I told Senex, I was like, bro, send this guy an 810. Look at what he's making. And the crazy thing is, you've got sleepers out there. You've got people that have 1,000, that have 2,000 followers, and they make absolutely awesome, positive, high def content. And those people like yourself and even like Trevor, they might think, I'm gonna stop making videos. I only have 2,000 followers. I only have 3,000 followers. Well, what you need to know, you could make one video. I had a friend make one video, got 65 million views. It was a 10-second video, changed his whole life. So it doesn't matter what your
Keep
follower list
going.
is. It matters what your quality that you're putting out is. And that's what you're doing, man. So keep it up. I have definitely a lot of faith that your actual business is going to succeed, that your content world, just be careful. And that's the thing. You wish for it, you're going to get it. And when you get it, you're gonna be
And
like, damn, like this is the hardest job I got,
just because you only have 2, 3,000, 1,500 followers doesn't mean that one of those people you're not changing their life as well.
Yeah.
Influencing them. I mean, it's going to happen. So
Okay.
Yeah, I think what you're doing, man, is awesome. Keep it up. Happy to sit here and watch, and watch you just sit out there and kill it. We hope we get to hook up with you at the expo. We
yeah,
Absolutely.
haven't
looking
really
forward to seeing you there this year.
announced a lot. We're
Absolutely.
probably going to give away like tricked out dirt bikes this year in the Cenex booth, so it's going to be
Yeah,
pretty
leave it in
cool
the
again, like
comments, guys. Let
always.
us know what you want to see. We're talking dirt bikes now.
It's going to be hard to top that the 5.0
Well,
from
the
this year.
5.0, and then when the guy gave
Yeah.
it to the kid, and the kid did
Epic.
burnouts in the parking lot. But I'll tell you what, the goal
Cinderella
this year is
story.
gonna be we're gonna give away several tricked out dirt bikes, so more chances to win. Make sure you get out to the expo. Make sure you're following Malik online, and it just goes to show, like, if you've got a broom, you've got a company that's sitting there knocking on the door, waiting to start, and that's all it took. Malik Washington, Lexington, Kentucky, a broom to an actual full blown 80 account setup. If
Let's
he can
go.
do it,
Yeah.
how can you not do it? So this is episode 4. Trevor, Malik, we are out. What an awesome show. Great,
Thank
great
you all.
job, man.
It was an
Thanks,
honor.
Malik,
Thank
for
you all.
coming, guys. We'll see you on the next one.